Putin, he is not computer savvy, has instructed his government subordinates to look for crimes in video games. The relevant information has been published on the Kremlin's website.
These people, of course, don't know and don't distinguish between Red Dead Redemption, Metro or Detroit video games. They just decide to ban everything. The same Putin, if you look closely at his computer desktop, you can see that he is still using the XP system in 2023. What kind of person is still using the XP system in 2023?
Experts note that Putin himself couldn't initiate a check of video games for compliance with Russian laws. It seems he understands nothing about them and is several light years away from information technology. Someone from his entourage decided to lobby for this topic out of selfish motives, as the video game market in Russia is a large one, estimated at 177 billion rubles.
The topic is interesting and monetary. It seems that it would be a good idea to make a little money out of this subject. This is a common situation in Russia when a certain industry appears, and money appears in that industry. Then immediately this gang, which has gathered around Putin, begins to take an interest in it. They start running around this topic like chacals and trying to tear off a piece of it.
According to a survey, more than 60% of Russians play video games. The authorities want them to be Russian, and therefore Putin instructed the government to take measures to support domestic developers. Experts say that in reality, Russian game companies will produce opportunistic lowbrow works for funds from the Russian budget. Roughly speaking, they will be lining their pockets, as it is already happening today.
There is such an organization called Freenet, or it is also called the Institute of Internet Development. This organization has some absolutely crazy funding. There are billions, hundreds of billions of rubles. It is billions of dollars. And in general, now these companies under the order, in general, are literally stealing this budget money. What will be the economic effect there? No one is really interested in this. The main thing is just to carefully loot this money.
The authorities are also hoping for the support of Russia's conservative population, which is suspicious of technological progress. Therefore, in the near future, we should expect a propaganda campaign by the Kremlin to convince Russians of the negative impact of video games on the psyche.
All of this is just pseudo-concern for people. These people, so that they can later show, I don't know, in the UATV program that our Russian MPs are working, and the state is working, Roskomnadzor is engaged in work, restricting harmful content and protecting Russian children from the corrupting influence of the West. The most poisonous influence is those MPs, it's the Russian president. And all these Roskomnadzors and other, they have an exceptionally bad influence on the Russian population and on children in particular.
At the same time, according to experts, the Russian authorities don't yet have the technical ability to completely ban video games. The so-called pirating, theft of digital content, is highly developed in the country. Online games are in the most vulnerable position as far as Russian law enforcers have already learned how to block internet service. Василь Панасюк, Анна Ниченко, UATV English.